What would be the fate of One Piece if Luffy was awakened from the start? That means if he had Gear 5th from the beginning. What would happen to Luffy? What would happen to One Piece? How would it impact the story? What would happen to Zoro? What would happen to his crew members? What would happen to the story so far? We will know everything in today's video, so let's start today's video. But before that, don't forget to comment your favorite anime name below and tell me, whose fan are you? Luffy or Zoro? If you are a fan of Luffy, then like the video and spam yellow hearts in the comments. And if you are a fan of Zoro, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and spam green hearts in the comments. Let's see who has more fans. By the way, both of them are unique in their own way. So let's start this video right from the beginning. East Blue Saga. Look, in the East Blue Saga, Luffy's very first fight was to rescue Zoro. Forget about the fight with Kobe, that doesn't even count. In the fight to rescue Zoro, Luffy could have easily freed Zoro without any effort. And if Zoro joined him after that, there wouldn't be any issues. The next, in Usopp's arc, there wouldn't be any problems either. In the Arlong arc, they wouldn't have faced any significant difficulty. Now let's move to the Alabasta Saga. You already saw what happened in Alabasta, Little Garden, Whiskey Peak, and then finally the Alabasta arc. Now if we talk about the Alabasta arc, defeating Crocodile wouldn't have been a big deal. Luffy couldn't defeat Crocodile simply because he couldn't use Haki. But now that he can use Haki, Crocodile is nothing but an ant to him. Sky Island arc. The start of the Sky Island arc, when they first reach Sky Island and Luffy and Zoro get beaten up, is one of my favorite scenes because they later go back and completely thrash their enemies. But if we talk about the main fight against Enel, Luffy wouldn't have faced any issues. Honestly, the Sky Island arc was unnecessarily stretched. Enel was undoubtedly powerful, but since Luffy is made of rubber, his attacks had no effect. From the start to the end, Luffy never directly confronted Enel, but the moment he did, the battle was already over. So now, if Luffy had Gear 5th, Enel wouldn't stand a chance. Water Saga. Even in this arc, there wouldn't be much trouble. As you saw, Robin was kidnapped, and there were several warships. But Luffy, in Gear 5th, has enough power to wipe out an entire city effortlessly. Warships and local captains wouldn't stand a chance against him. If an admiral had appeared, it might have been a different story, but none were present at the time. Thriller Bark. The biggest problems in Thriller Bark were the two warlords, but compared to Luffy's power, they are nothing. Even Luffy's crew members could take them down, so for Luffy, it's no big deal. He wouldn't face any real difficulties here. Honestly, these arcs could have been finished in half the episodes. If we look at all the arcs from the start to this point, Luffy could have wrapped them up in just 2 or 3 episodes. But One Piece's charm lies in its detailed storytelling, and that's what we love. Summit War Saga. Now in this arc, Ace is captured, and the Marines plan to execute him. This becomes the most interesting arc. Could Luffy save Ace? See, there were 4 admirals present, along with Garp. If Luffy was in Gear 5th, he could have easily beaten all the admirals. He can already take down the fleet admiral with ease. Until an elder arrived, no one could stop Luffy. And with Whitebeard by his side, there was nothing to fear. Luffy could have defeated all the admirals. And with Whitebeard's help, they would have rescued Ace without much trouble. If Blackbeard had shown up, he wouldn't have been able to escape from Luffy either, because Blackbeard hadn't fully upgraded his powers at that time. Fishman Island arc. Nothing major would have happened here either. Luffy could have won effortlessly. Punk Hazard. Punk Hazard wouldn't have been a big deal either. If we talk about the warlords, Luffy can now defeat all of them with ease, so there wouldn't be any major challenges here. With Gear 5th from the start, Luffy could have finished these arcs in just 10 episodes. No one would be a real threat to him. Even if all the warlords stood against him, he could defeat them easily. He could even take down the admirals, including the fleet admiral. Now let's move on to the emperors. You already saw that in Gear 5th, Luffy struggled to defeat Kaido. So Luffy hasn't completely reached the level of an emperor yet. However, he can defeat a single emperor in a one-on-one fight without a doubt.